Hello, welcome back. Today we're going to do a quick fire TBR for the full moon readathon. So this is a week-long readathon that starts on the 13th, I believe, Wednesday to Wednesday, and it is hosted by Jan here, and I will link her down below. So we have 4 spooky creatures that we're going to be trying to unlock. Each one has 3 prompts, 2 of which are book related and 1 of which is like an activity to do. I have 5 books picked out that will fulfill all of them, so I'm definitely doubling up to get these, and the hope is that I will fulfill it for all 4 of the creatures. So let's just go through this and see what books I'm hoping to pick up. The first one is The Grim Reaper, and the first prompt, the half moon for it, is a book you could use as a weapon. So that's 400 plus pages. For that, I'm going to be picking up the chunky House of Leaves by Mark Z. Danielewski. This has been on my TBR for a while. I'm determined to get it read this year, and it is 700-ish pages. Well, the index starts at 663, so that's how many pages we'll say it is. This is a mixed media kind of fever dream of a book. It's got some interesting ways of reading throughout. It's very heavily footnoted, and it is kind of like a book within a book. I have started it before. The yellow is where I got up to previously, but I will be restarting this from the beginning and just really immersing myself in it. This follows a film director who moves into a house with his family, a new house, and they find a room that shouldn't exist on the floor plans, and then it is quite Labyrinth-esque, and it just like physically should not exist. And then we also follow I think it's a tattoo apprentice who comes across this story. It has been annotated by a old man that lives in his building, and the apprentice comes across it. So then it's also got the apprentice's annotations as well in the form of footnotes, if I remember correctly. Now for this readathon, ideally you read it in the order, so like the half moon, crescent moon, half moon, full moon, but because I have books that I'm going to be using for multiple creatures, some of these I might not be reading technically in the order, but hopefully that won't matter. So this will fulfill the book over 400 pages towards the Grim Reaper. The next one is a book that involves death, and I will be picking up Mostrilio by Gerardo Simona Cordova. This is it has been listed as horror, but I think it's more literary horror than horror as like a genre book. And this follows a family, and the young boy, he's 11 years old, dies, and his mum keeps a piece of his liver, I believe, and then I think she nurtures it and brings it to life in a kind of monstrous element. This very much dives into like grief and how that can affect a family, and I'm just very curious about this. I've been wanting to read this since it came out, and I'm looking forward to finally picking it up. I hope this doesn't put me in the dumps too much. And then the activity prompt for the Grim Reaper is to be dead for a while, i.e. take a nap, and I basically have to have naps every day, so I will be fine with that prompt. Then we move on to the spider, and the first prompt, the crescent moon prompt for this, is a creepy book, and I've decided that House of Leaves will definitely fulfill that. Nothing creepier to me than like a liminal space, especially one that's in my own home, which is supposed to be a safe place. Then we have the number 8, and this is open to interpretation however you want to fulfill it, and I'm going to be reading Piranesi, the title of which has 8 letters. This is by Susanna Clarke. This is another like Labyrinth / Liminal space book that I'm really in the mood for this summer / coming into the autumn season. And this follows Piranesi, who is in the labyrinth of his home, and I think this is either his diary entries or like his thought process throughout. I've read Susanna Clarke's other book and I really loved it and devoured that, and it is time for me to pick this one up. And the activity for this is to capture something in your web, i.e. treat yourself. I don't know, I'll probably grab myself like a cake or something at some point. Then we move on to the zombie. So the crescent one for this is a slow burn or / slow paced book, and this one, from what I can gather, should fulfill this based on some reviews I saw, and that is Sing Nightingale by Marie-Helene Poitras and translated by Rhonda Mullins. This is one that I have as an audio book. I don't actually know a great deal about it, but I want to pick this up as the option for this. And then the next one is Bring a Book Back to Life. So it's a book that's been on TBR for 1+ years, and for that I have The Deep by Nick Cutter. I read The Troop by Nick Cutter. It was grim, it was creepy and eerie, and The Deep is set underwater. Yeah, so it's set in the depths of the Pacific Ocean, which makes it even more creepy for me because the thought of anything in the deep sea makes me feel queasy. And this follows a group of people that are, I don't know what they're doing, if they're trying to establish a research lab or trying to get to a pre-established research lab in the deep sea following a plague that has attacked the human race on Earth. And I just know that it's gonna keep me up at night, definitely. And then the activity for this is to use your brain, play a game or do a puzzle. That'll be easy enough to do. And then our final creature that we want to try and unlock this week is the Goblin. And the first prompt is a ugly cover with an intriguing premise, and that is where I have put The Deep in yet again, because this cover is giving nothing at all, in my opinion. And then for the half moon, the prompt is Trickster. We'll probably have a plot twist, and I have slotted Sing Nightingale in again for that because it's a thriller, which usually involves a plot twist. And then our final prompt for this, the activity prompt, is check House Goblin, check one thing off your to-do list. That's my daily. So they are the 5 for physical, 1 audio, 5 books I am hoping to pick up this week. It looks like quite an undertaking now I'm looking at them, but I'm hoping that it should be fine. Some of these I can pick up as an audio. I've got access to Mostrilio and I think Piranesi as an audio to help me out if I need to. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to getting this done. This sounds like a really fun readathon, and I'm looking forward to ticking off some books that will fulfill prompts for other bingo boards, etc., or just books that have been on my physical TBR for a while. So there we are. Sorry if you could hear my fan throughout. I am so hot. But will you be taking part in the full moon readathon? If you are, let me know which creature you're going for, or if you're going for them all. Put an emoji to tell me which creature you would do first, and make sure to subscribe to see my future videos that are coming out. Like if you like this video, and I will see you soon, friends. Bye.